For the beach and in the face. Never give up, bros. Geffen Christian is back. It's been a long time. Welcome back, all my homos. Nice to see you all again. Anyone who's still watching. And Geffen has finally bought another fucking watch. Fuck's sake, bros. SKX on the Nadgas deck. But tonight we have a new watch. And it's not going to be a surprise, but let's unbox it here. It is another Doxa watch. Which one could it be? Well, I've got these two already. And I'm not going to buy a 200, so it has to be. Yes, it is. Let's unbox this twerp for the beach and in the face for all the homos. All normal things are here. I don't want to show them to you because they're shit. But here we have the lovely flotation device, and inside is the behemoth, otherwise known as the Doxa 600T. Now this is immediately going to piss a lot of people off because a lot of people don't like it, but I do, and that's why I bought it. I love it. I love it very much. Before I say anything else, I will say straight away, I have removed 3 links from this watch. This watch's links are very small. I've removed 3. So there we go. Let's get into the review. This is the Doxa Sub 600T. Now, the price of this watch is for the beach. It's quite expensive. I bought mine from Watches of Mayfair, and I paid £1,050 for this lovely Doxa watch. And let's put it straight on the wrist to avoid annoying you all. I've just spent about an hour sizing this bracelet because it's not the nicest of bracelets. But look at him. What do we think about it, bros? I'd like to know what you do think. It's quite a hefty piece, but it's quite wearable as well in many ways, and I'll explain it all. So I paid £1,050 from Watches of Mayfair for this Carribbean dial. It's the blue dial, and the normal price for this is £1,390, but of course Doxa sells this watch in a variety of designations, and you can have a steel bezel, a steel bracelet, which this is, sandblasted bracelet, or you can have a steel ornato now. Doxa seems to have stopped doing it on the rubber strap. Their new NATO straps are quite shit. I would not recommend it, but that would cost you £1,250. A ceramic bezel, the blue ceramic, is £1,490. Ceramic and NATO is £1,350. And of course the rubber straps, which are amazing, are no longer available. They cost £320 with a clasp. You can still buy them, but they're no longer sold generally. So, and in American dollars, around $1,500, I think, for this. Now, yes, I never really wanted to buy one of these before, but now I do, and that's why I've bought it for the beach. This watch is, I'll take it off again. It's really, it's gonna divide opinions, but loads of people hate this watch and everyone slags it off, but I really loved it. Just look at him. This watch was originally made in the 1980s, when a period when Doxa was owned by, I believe, the Aubrey Ferret watch company. They acquired the company and they brought out the 600T, and this is, I mean, you can see clearly this is a very 1980s design. Angular, there's no curves on this watch whatsoever anywhere. The Jenny family bought the company in 1997, did away with these kind of twaps. But they've been brought back, I think, in 2021 by the Doxa family, the Jenny family. But it's a behemoth, but it's not unwearable because it's very comparable to an SKX. It's 40mm. You have a lug-to-lug here of 47.6, but the height is the issue with this watch. It's 14.1 millimeters, which is quite large. And look at that case back. I mean, it just sticks out so much and protrudes immensely. 20mm lugs are featured. Of course, I'd have preferred a no date, as I would with any dive watch, but they always have them. The titanium Pacific version of this, the limited one they brought out, had no date and a much more vibrant blue on the dial, but they're unobtainable. So the Caribbean is what we have, and look at it. It features a Sellita SW200-1, and people will balk at that for the price of this watch. Over £1,000, but it is a Swiss-made movement, same as the ETA 2824. It is for the beach movement, 28.8 VPH, 4 Hz, 38-hour power reserve. Not that great, but considering a lot of us watch pedos only wear twerps for a few hours a day or a day at a time, who gives a fuck? It's reliable, easy to service at any watchmaker. This one, I did put it on my mobile time grapher yesterday. It had an amplitude of 307, a beat error of 0.1, and it was running at between 0 seconds a day and +2. So, not too shabby. The bezel action here is better, I have to say. It's better than on its bigger brothers. Feels nicer. Very lovely. That sandblasted bezel, and look at that. No deco, dive time, internal bezel. It's got the sharp tooth indices. Beautiful handset. So fucked up, bros. I'll move on now to pros and cons, because there are pros and cons with this twerp. He is a behemoth, but he's not. He's 40mm, but he's 14mm thick, and it is thick. The pros are excellent legibility, unique looks. It's very lovely. The bracelet looks integrated. It's not. We have spring bars here on the back. And look at that case back. The jellyfish is there for us all to see. But it does look integrated, and that'll look great on any rubber or NATO that you may wish to feature. The wrist presence is, well, you can't deny it. Fantastic bracelet. I mean, this bracelet is something else. It flexes, it drapes. Incredible drape. Small links. They are wonderful. These are pin and collar links, unfortunately. But in this watch, the collars are in the center link, which I found to my disgust when I was trying to size the bracelet. It is not easy to do. Let me slap a bit of ash eye to clear the frogs in my throat. Yes, so, but once it's sized, it is sized for life. It is a real mirror. It's all brushed, but you have these polished chamfers on the mid links and the edge links, and a polished flank. Something quite lovely, but of course, the biggest complaint about this watch, and I am here to slag it off as well. It has this shitty, it's not even double deployant. It is a press-fitted clasp. It's a press-fitted clasp, and it works very well. It has a milled swing arm, and you do get 4 micros. But for fuck's sake, Doxa, a £1,400 watch, it's shit. It really is. But, you know, what am I going to do in the summer when I need to have an on-the-fly adjustment? I'm not going to be able to do it, am I? Of course, this clasp is brilliant. Double deployant, all milled. You know, you can't fuck with that. But in this case, we have this. And I must say, this is the same clasp you would get if you bought the Sub 300, not the T, but the Sub 300, which costs more than the 300T and has a lower water resistance rating. But that's what they do. They're a confusing bunch of chaps. There's the 300. Look how they compare. So now I have a professional, a Caribbean, and a sea rumbler. What the fuck do you think about that, bros? Please don't tell me. But if you wish to, you may. So the 600T, I mean, it's quite esoteric, and it's definitely not for everybody. Look at how he sits up on the wrist. Look at that. He really does. He doesn't taper in any way. The case back is massive. He's very proud. And shall we weigh him in? Look at this. I just bought this thing. Let's see what he weighs. So, I can't take him off because my nails have just been cut. Insanity, bros. Right, here we go. So I've taken 3 links out. There he is. 185 grams. Add 3 links with a bit of cling film. 195 grams there. So it's not a light watch. And you know you're going to be wearing it. But look at that. So fucked up. Excuse Gef's hands and fingers. I'm afraid I'm a manual homo. And my hands show the scars of 30 years of degradation. The weight of the 1500 is 220 grams essentially. And if we look at the weight of the 300T, we will find that it is 189 grams. So they're all quite heavy, but very comfortable. This one, the case, may be a deal breaker for a lot of people. But look at it. The fit and finish on all of the Doxa watches is impeccable. And you can't really complain. I mean, you could have a C-stand for 150 quid, as so many of these reviews will tell you, and it's much better. And shut the fuck up, bros. But it isn't better because it's intellectual property theft and it's a fucking shitter and you'll be a cunt if you wear it. And I don't care how much it costs and if it's just as good as this one. Because it isn't. It just won't ever be. So that's Gef's new 600T for the beach. Stay freaky, bros. SLA 017 coming soon. Mr. June has lost the plot completely and dropped nearly 3k on a twerp. So that'll be next. Love you all, appreciate you bros, stay freaky and never give up.